Pakistan's ISI tied to raid on U.S. Embassy. The public assault by the Obama administration on the Pakistani intelligence agency as a facilitator of terrorist attacks in Afghanistan has been met with scorn in Pakistan, a signal that the country has little intention of changing its ways, even perhaps at the price of the crumpled alliance. In injured tones similar to those used after the Navy SEALs raid that killed Osama bin Laden in May, Pakistani officials insisted on Friday that theirs was a sovereign state that could not be pushed by America's most senior military officials, Admiral Mike Mullen, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and Leon E. Panetta, the Secretary of Defense. The nation's top military official said Thursday the Pakistan spy agency played a direct role in supporting the insurgents who carried out the deadly attack on the American embassy in Kabul last week. It was the most serious charge that the United States has leveled against Pakistan in the decade that America has been at war in Afghanistan. In comments that were the first to directly link the spy agency, the Directorate for Inter-Services Intelligence, with an assault on the United States, Admiral Mike Mullen, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, went further than any other American official in blaming the ISI for undermining the American effort in Afghanistan. His remarks were certain to further fray America's shaky relationship with Pakistan, a nominal ally. The United States has long said that Pakistan's intelligence agency supports the Haqqani network based in Pakistan's tribal areas as a way to extend Pakistani influence in Afghanistan. But Admiral Mullen made clear that he believed that the support extended to increasingly high-profile attacks in Afghanistan aimed directly at the United States. So, which is it? Is Pakistan an ally, or is Pakistan an enemy? These included a truck bombing at a NATO outpost south of Kabul on September 10th, which killed at least 5 people and wounded 77 coalition soldiers, one of the worst tolls for foreign troops in a single attack in the war, as well as the embassy assault that killed 16 Afghan police officers and civilians. With ISI support, Haqqani operatives planned and conducted that truck bomb attack, as well as the assault on our embassy, Admiral Mullen said in a hearing of the Senate Armed Services Committee. We also have credible evidence that they were behind the June 28th attack against the Intercontinental Hotel in Kabul, and a host of other smaller but effective operations. In short, he said, the Haqqani network acts as a veritable arm of Pakistan's Inter-Services Intelligence Agency. His remarks are part of a deliberate effort by American officials to ratchet up pressure on Pakistan and perhaps pave the way for more American drone strikes or even cross-border raids into Pakistan to root out insurgents from their havens. American military officials refused to discuss what steps they were prepared to take, although Admiral Mullen's statement made clear that taking on the Haqqanis had become an urgent priority. Yes, this is how it gets done. Pakistan's Interior Minister rejected accusations by the United States of ISI involvement in the attacks in Afghanistan. If you say that it is ISI involved in that attack, I categorically deny it, he said in an interview with Reuters. We have no such policy to attack or aid attack through Pakistani forces or through any Pakistani assistance. He also said his government would not allow an American operation aimed at the Haqqani network in North Waziristan, a remote part of Pakistan's lawless tribal region. He also seemed to indicate that American officials had threatened in meetings in Washington with the head of the ISI, Major General Pasha, that American troops were prepared to cross the border from Afghanistan to attack Haqqani militants. An American official would say only that David H. Petraeus, the new director of the Central Intelligence Agency, told General Pasha that the CIA would continue its campaign of drone strikes against the Haqqanis in Pakistan and pursue them in Afghanistan. The Pakistan nation will not allow the boots on our ground, never, the Interior Minister said. Our government is already cooperating with the United States, but they also must respect our sovereignty. A senior American official said that no decisions had been made on actions that the Obama administration might take against the Haqqanis. American covert raids into Pakistan are rare. Only two, including the raid that killed Osama bin Laden in May, have become public. But some American intelligence officials argue that more aggressive ground raids in Pakistan are necessary. The United States gives Pakistan more than $2 billion in security assistance annually, although this summer the Obama administration decided to suspend or in some cases cancel approximately a third of that aid this year. Altogether, some $800 million in military aid and equipment could be affected. The suspension was intended to chastise Pakistan for expelling American military trainers this year and to press its army to fight militants more effectively. It was also decided after the bin Laden raid in Pakistan, where the leader of al-Qaeda had been living comfortably near a top military academy. Admiral Mullen is to retire at the end of this month, and coming from him the statements carried exceptional weight. For years he has been the American military official leading the effort to improve cooperation with the Pakistanis, but relations have reached a new low since the bin Laden raid. Pakistani officials were angered that they had not been told of the raid in advance, and questions remain about whether Pakistani intelligence was sheltering bin Laden. Although American military officials believe that the ISI is in many cases directing the Haqqani network to attack United States forces in Afghanistan, they did not go so far as to say on Thursday that the ISI specifically directed the assault on the American embassy. American military officials did not describe the kind of support they believe the ISI gave the Haqqani network for the embassy attack, and also offered no evidence for their claim. In July 2008, the United States was able to determine that the ISI was behind the bombing of the Indian embassy in Kabul based on intercepted communications of ISI officers. So, in other words, unofficially, we already seem to be at war with Pakistan in some kind of way, with a nuclear-armed nation. And this, too, is another sign of the times and another physical manifestation of the book of Revelation. These are more signs of the end times, transition days, which is a continuing day-by-day process of extraordinary changes, happenings, and events. Everything is connected, and everything is numbered. It's also called fate or destiny, because it's about what kind of world are we leaving to the future generations. Revelation chapter 8, verse 12. And the fourth angel sounded, and the third part of the sun was smitten, and the third part of the moon, and the third part of the stars, so as the third part of them was darkened. And the day shone not for a third part of it, and the night likewise. 13. And I beheld, and heard an angel flying through the midst of heaven, saying with a loud voice, Woe, woe, woe to the inhabitants of the earth, by reason of the other voices of the trumpet of the three angels, which are yet to sound. It's time for all prophecy to be fulfilled, and this is a part of the vision that I have seen. It's also called prescience, which is prophecy, or the truth.